Alright, people. I better turn the TV down a little bit. I have ID on. Watching cop shows. Well, crime shows. I like it because it's not so much about the cops, a lot more about the crimes. So, Alright. Here I have typed the search RLDS lies. And that's because of the things I was talking about in the last video. They're just known to lie, I'm sorry. And there's a lot of instances. And I will scoot through these. I don't know. I don't know why. This is interesting. It says, the fact is that I located hundreds upon hundreds of similar provable lies. That's from the ex-Mormon scholars testify.org. So I think we'll just run in there and peek at that. Because I'm really sorry I'm stuck with this thing that I feel like I have to make my point. My point should have been made for me. Through the court. Through people who felt delicately toward the situation. Felt sensitivity enough to do these things. And they didn't. Okay, lies appears on this page 9 times, but not all of them like this here. It's not the word exactly, it's in some other word. Like replies. Families. Okay. Okay, from what this guy's saying, it was only when I accidentally discovered polyandry 3 years later that the truth unfolded, and then I knew beyond any doubt that whatever else I believed, the Mormon Church was a complete hoax, a conspiracy, and continues today in extensive lies and a complete cover-up of the past. Church integrity that I once treasured so much is now so transparent. I cannot understand how I could not see through the facade previously. I suppose it was because I really had hoped that I was wrong all along, only ultimately reluctant, accepting otherwise in the end. I had no idea that the truth I was discovering would fill 3 volumes. Ugh. Gee, wow. So he uncovered all these lies that they had been telling their people, their members, for a long time. See, some things in your life you just don't need. You don't need someone who is so messed up in their head and were brought up to believe they're right and everyone else is wrong to the point of destruction. And that's what my son and I survived. We survived these attempts on us. I'm going to try to continue this. When my mother and I joined the church, we were taught that polygamy was perfectly legal when it was restored and that it was immediately discontinued when finally outlawed in America in 1890 as per the manifesto. We faithfully accepted the assurances knowing that no God, no true church, and no real representatives of God could or would ever lie about such things. As I began my research, I was amazed to find that Joseph Smith's polygamy was actually illegal from the start, that it was kept secret from most members as well as the public, and that the early apostles lied to members about it and even had false scripture in print in order to back up their lies, while they themselves had several secret wives. Dum da dum dum dum. Surely such lies and deception provide conclusive proof of two false prophets representing an equally false God. Lying for the Lord is alive and well in the Mormon Church, and conclusively proves no God could or would ever have been involved in such nonsense. They had covenanted with the government to cease the practice and cohabit with just one wife each. One wife each, not this other thing we've known of. I located well over 100 babies conceived and born to polygamists, not first wives of the Big 15, in the 2 decades following the manifesto. As previously mentioned, you can hide the truth, but you cannot hide all the babies. So the real question is, would any God, Christian or otherwise, ever be involved in such conspiracy and lies? The fact is that I located upon hundreds of similar provable lies and deception within my research, which left little of anything within Mormonism that could be verified as enough truth to form the basis of a platform upon which a leap of faith could ever be taken in order to achieve a reliable testimony of what the church pretends is the truth. Ergo, it cannot be true. Whether we like it or not, whether we believe it or not, whether we are willing to accept it or not, the fact of the matter is that in the case of Mormonism, it is not a matter of faith. My testimony is that the church is provably not true and that the evidence is so conclusive that it would stand up in the court of law if it was to be challenged. The uncountable lies and deceptions eventually filled 3 volumes. Well, I touched on that earlier. Even then, I could have continued and published more, but I just wanted it all to stop. I had enough of it all by then. I had enough of it all by then. I don't think that any active Mormon can ever appreciate the trauma that one goes through when they discover for themselves that the church is a lie, that their entire life has been lived as a lie, and ultimately, effectively, that their life has been stolen from them. People don't set out to want to know the Mormon church is a complete impossibility. The real truth is as unwelcome as it is unpleasant. It is hard to believe and accept at first. It is something you shy away from, and you want the cognitive dissonance to swallow the truth and make the lies you once based your testimony on to be true again. You just wish the nightmare would go away so the church could still possibly be true after all. That is insane, man. Guess we got through all of them. That was a pretty good chunk of text. I will probably post this with this website. So, let me get back to this in a sec.